Okay, so this is what happens. You start the game, you get a awesome looking vampire guy. Make him how you want, make her how you want, can be female, male, make him look super rad, make him like super mysterious, whatever you want to do. Oh, dude, what the heck? I didn't even know you could do that. Okay, so I guess face, you can make some crazy faces, dude. Yeah. Okay, so you create your character. Boom, boom, boom. You get all that. Bam! Make your character look insane. What you want to do, get your character up. Get your character up and running. Everything. Have some fun with it. First off, I don't really think you I don't think you really need to do anything crazy. You use shift to jump here. Honestly, pretty simple. You can break these for bones, but honestly, you get more bones from just killing the guys normally. Most important thing is to make a base. Honestly, I cannot stress it enough. It is extremely important to make a base. When you press your space bar, make sure that you can hit them. You're in range to hit them, because if not, then you can really mess up. By the way, y'all, these are containers right here, so make sure to collect these as much as you can. They will give you good resources, grave dust, little things like that that you'll need eventually. Go to your crafting menu, press tab to make yourself a little bone sword. Make sure to at this point you want to collect bones. Generally, during the rest of the game, this is not really as important as some other stuff. Right now it is slightly important though, but later on it does not become. In my opinion, I don't know if it changes, but up to gear level 47, generally I find myself not needing to use bones, especially if you have cover your base. Spoilers, if you cover your base in a roof, you don't need some stuff. Make sure to pick up rats during this time. You might not think that you need them, but I can reassure you that eventually you are going to need them. Plant fibers generally become obsolete, and they will sit in your chest. You'll have a lot of stuff just sitting in your chest. Make sure to go through these containers. My first playthrough I didn't, but this definitely gives you a shortcut going forward. Generally, you don't have to do that, but any shortcut is better. Claim. Make sure to claim your quest. Do all these quests as much as you can. You won't be able to make, I think, the leggings and the gloves and the boots, I think, or something like that, until you escape this area. Don't sit in this area too long. There's no point in it. Just get enough to craft these. If you want to get some extra stuff, breaking pots and stuff is definitely worth it in this game, and you're going to need to do it majority of the time. I can't tell you how much. Unfortunately, I know you probably don't like that, but one of the features, but it is very, very efficient. It is very worth it to do that. Generally, I started on the west side. Start on the east side. If you want, west side, east side, it doesn't matter. If you start on the east side, you just go straight up into Dunley Farmlands, and you don't have to worry about all that. The way that progression works, if you follow my mouse cursor, you go up here, go through Dunley Farmlands, and then you kind of work your way, I think the Silverlight Hills next, and then you go Cursed Forest and Hollowed Mountains. I'm not really sure, but as far as I know right now, being closer to Silverlight Hills isn't really such a good thing, because you need to go here before you reach the rest. You're going to want to kill these guys as the little wolves as you can. They're really fast, but generally they try to attack you. That one really didn't. Yeah, like this. You can easily dodge their attack. You just have to get to the side of them. If it gets too much, you pop your counter ability. They will hit it. Make sure to press F to feed. This starts you off good. Creature is, for running around and stuff, creature isn't too bad. The way that blood works is your blood pool goes down in liters, and if it reaches 0, you start to take damage. You generally never want to get to that spot, and you're probably not going to reach that spot very often. Healing requires that outside of combat, or really even in combat if you can. In combat, like, you can step away and you can use this, hold down left control, and you can use blood mend and it will heal you up. There's a limit to it in combat. You can't regenerate more than your health bar is gapped, because the more you take damage in combat, your health bar starts to shrink temporarily until the combat ends. But after combat, like, let's say you killed all the guys, you're out of combat, you're leaving combat, you can pop blood mend. It uses your liters of blood to heal you. If you notice, when you go over these guys, they don't have any blood, so they really don't do much of an effect for you. But some of them having a really good effect for you. Like, make sure to make your stuff. This is really important, completing the quest as far as you can. Benefits, it gives you the most benefits. At this point, you're going to want to... You can break these, by the way, to get through. You're going to want to find as much wolves and stuff as you can. Make sure to equip your gear. Finish these. Claim this. It's going to put you on bone axes. Make this stuff as soon as you can. Finish as much quest as you can. Make sure to kill these guys. You're going to end up having a lot of hide generally, just because how many wolves and stuff you're going to instantly kill. That's alright. It's good to stock up if you want to get through what I would say about tier 1 of progression. You know, get through. For blood, how it works is if you look at the middle top of my screen, you'll see the name, the gear level, their health bar, and it'll say their blood type and then their percentage. The percentage is the blood quality, and what that does is if you look at my screen currently and you scroll over your blood pool at the middle center of your screen, there is your there's qualities, and when your blood quality gets higher, you unlock the further in the first tier, second tier, third tier, fourth tier, fifth tier, and they give you better stats, like increased health regen, and it goes further down the tiers. Like you see there, you'll find a bunch of creatures. Gear level is very important. You scale off of gear level. The blood types that I would suggest going for is Brute and Worker. As far as I know, those are about the best ones that you can get. Once you get your bone axe, you're going to want to move it over here to the front and center. You can press tab. I forgot to mention this. Press tab. That opens up your inventory. I hope that you realize that by now. You want to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 space bars to use your travel skill, which this travel skill, if you scroll over it, it dashes you and places a mimic as long as you don't attack. And the mimic stays there and they'll try to attack it. And it makes your next primary attack, your left click, do 25% bonus damage and heals you for 5% of your maximum health. Shadow Bolt, you press R and then it charges it up. It has a 1.2 second cast time. It deals 200% of your magic damage and inflicts a snare. Blood Right, you can channel a counter and it blocks melee and projectile attacks. And when it does, it blocks one of them and heals you for 30% of your spell power. And triggers Wave of Energy, deals damage and pushes them away. It makes you non-material for 1.2 seconds when the effect triggers. And it has a 9-second cooldown. If you scroll over your weapons, you'll see what they do. The sword swings faster, but does less damage. Axes, dual-wield axes swing... take longer to swing. I wouldn't say swing faster, but they take longer to swing. Oh yeah, they do. They take longer to swing, and they do a little bit more damage. Make sure to have your axes equipped when you chop down trees. Lumber is going to be one of your most powerful resources. You're always going to need lumber. So be careful. At this point, you probably don't want to die. If you die, you lose your equipment. Currently, on this world, I am playing... before you start your world, I suggest changing your advanced settings to allow teleport-bound items to not exist. Later on in the game, they have a teleportation system, but you cannot teleport with resources in your inventory, which gets very, very annoying, and honestly, it's enough to make you want to restart your world, because it is that annoying. It just saves so much more time, and I feel like it should just be a default mechanic, but it is not. Set that up if you want it to. It will vary. It's worth it, dude. Trust me, it is worth it. As you use abilities, your blood pool goes down, and naturally it goes down. And then you have to feed on more creatures or later on militias. Make sure to do your quests. You can hold down tab, go to the crafting menu here, unlock stuff. As you see right there, we have a level 53% blood quality type on a wolf. You can also, I'll show this in a minute, but as you see, we feed on him. While you are feeding, you are immune to sunlight damage temporarily, but as soon as it ends, you're hit with sunlight temper. As you can see, we now have 53% quality type. We unlock 10 to 25 increased sun resistance rating and movement speed. Resistance ratings exist. You can read all your stuff in the tabs menu. What happens is they have lots of shadows from trees and stuff like that that show you that you can stand in to stay away from the sunlight. Daytime is very, very dangerous. If you get in the sun, I'll show you just for this moment, the sun burns you slowly, and then it will start doing insane amounts of damage, hitting you for max life increasing the damage. Make sure to not get hit by that. That will definitely bring you down. Your health regenerates, but it is somewhat slower. Unfortunately for this video, as you'll see, I'm going to use Blood Mend. You have to channel it standing still, and it will regenerate your health faster, but you will lose liters of blood. Sometimes it triggers, sometimes it doesn't. There are bears in this game, they have a very easy attack pattern. They slap you forward, they stomp. During that moment, you can strafe them like this when they attack. Back up when they do that ability. Try to strafe them from the side whenever you can step to the side. They can't attack you from the side if you strafe them to the side. Okay, you see how it says feed on him? It has a 10-second cooldown, but if you press feed and then left click, you will kill them instantly. It won't take your blood type or nothing. You can kill them instantly for free. It is very, very powerful. Make sure to use that. It does put it on cooldown, though. Puts your feed on cooldown by 10 seconds. But you can use that method, and it will, trust me, it will save you a lot of time. You can defeat very powerful foes instantaneously by pressing F and left click. Very, very strong feature. Make sure to use it to the best of your abilities. Doing the quests is very, very important. Once you get to this quest, you need to make a castle heart. You can press B to open the menu. You need blood essence, which you get from killing enemies that have blood, such as bears, wolves, and then you need stone. What you're going to want to do is find an area that is very, very open, a very, very nice area, and build some things. You need blood essence to build. You need stone and blood essence. So make sure to pick up lots of stone. Stone is very, very, very valuable. You need to pick up lots of stone. Lots of wood, lots of stone. That's really what's going to be pushing you forward. Areas like this, they're pre-built. Very, very nice. Watch out. Stone golems are very strong and they will kill you. They will kill you very easily. People talk about tricks of using them to break stuff. You can. I don't suggest it. Dying is very, very, when you die, you can drop a lot of items. You drop all your resources. You don't drop your armor or your weapons equipped. But you do drop Yeah, like sometimes you have issues getting shade like that. So sunlight can be really dangerous. I don't suggest fighting bosses at daytime, but if you have to, you can go ahead. Just be careful. It really limits your movement. And fighting the bosses in this game, movement is very important. Area like this, perfect for building a base. Lots of area. The issue is you have to clear out the area to place the stuff there. I want to get closer. I think we're going to place a base right around here. On your map, if you want, you can set markers by pressing M and then right-clicking to open up your map and then place a marker. You can scroll, use your scroll wheel to pan out the map. If you press left-click, you can move the map around. You can press M again to close the map or press escape. You can press right-click to add or remove a marker. The sun hits from different angles, so you notice, like right there, I was standing in shade as I opened my map, but it changed. The sun does move, meaning the shade spots do change, which is very dangerous. I'm going to try to get into an area where I can build a base, and it will be close to everything, but at the same time, it will be close to up here where I need to be at. Putting your base down there is somewhat nice, but leading for progression's sake, it causes issues, you know? As far as I've seen, I have not been attacked at my base. Trents do spawn. Watch out for Trents, however you want to pronounce them. They look like trees, but they are different. Here's the stone golem. They look like trees. As you will see, he is probably going to hurt me. You can break this. I hope I don't get trapped right here. He will break it down. As you see, he does break stuff. You can use him to break stuff around. I am not looking to do that. I'm looking to get away from him as far as I can. As you see, he will turn around. This area right up here, it's an abandoned vampire place, and you can use all of this area. Very nice. You can make separate rooms over here. Looks very, very pretty. You can turn this all into your base. Of course, building a base does take time, but let me reassure you, you can place stairs and make your base even bigger, and it is beautiful. Let me tell you, it is beautiful to have a base. You place your castle heart right in the center of your base. But if you don't like this, you know, there's too much stuff to break, you know, pre-built area, you know, so much stuff. You can just take an open area like this, you know, a bunch of trees and stuff, and you can just place your base down, build your base really, just customize your base the way you like it. These side walls that are broken down, you have to break them. They don't count as walls. I mean, I guess they do to a degree, but they look ugly. They don't connect to other walls. And I'm pretty sure they can attack you through them. So, safe set. I put the castle heart down. You press B, click on the castle heart. As you know, it'll say construct. You need to interact with it. You can do this quest together. You have one person place the castle heart while you guys are in a clan, which you press, if you're on multiplayer, you press P, create clan, do all that stuff. As soon as you enter as soon as you get past the little area with the skeletons at the beginning, you do the clan, create the clan, invite each other, come together, place down the castle heart. One person places it, both of you can interact, get the quest done. Then you can expand the territory. Borders, they cost blood essence and stone. Not a lot of blood essence and stone, but you're going to have to use a lot of stone. You're going to be using lots of stone for this. I can reassure you. Because you just have like a whole entire territory area, you know. You can later expand your base however you want it. Make sure to place a wooden coffin down. This is going to be your spawn point when you die. You also need to place a wooden stash for inventory. I suggest making sure that you have an area for this, and these are really, really well organized. Palisades, these are fake walls. Or these are walls, not very, very good walls. I can reassure you they are very bad. You can use your spacebar to do more damage to, and you can use other abilities later on to break down things like this. These are really good though because they drop stone bricks, which later on will take you time to build or to craft. They also drop stone. You can use your spacebar and it will allow you to swing harder with that. Plant fiber is good early on. You don't really need it right away. It's still pretty good though. Make sure to place the palisades. These entrances don't count. You don't have to place those to finish the quest. Honestly, I don't even suggest placing palisades. And the reason why is because you cannot have a roof with palisades. These walls, if you are building a base on a server, yes. If you are playing a PvE mode like me, you don't need a base unless you are trying to hide away from someone. Honestly, you just need to finish the quest, claim it. Then it unlocks production. You go to the production tab. You need to make a sawmill. Or you need to make a small sawmill so that you can make a simple workbench to make armor to upgrade your stuff. It is very, very important for you to open up your castle heart. If you are on a PvP server or you're on a public PvE server, make sure, or even any server, make sure you have blood essence. And with that blood essence, you need to put it inside your castle heart. And the reason why is because, as you see, I have this dark red aura around my base. That is because I don't have blood essence to put base. And what that means is that they can go to my base. My base is decaying currently. They can go inside my base and they can break my stuff, steal my items, open my doors. Which is very bad for a PvP server. But if you are on a PvP server, they cannot do those things and your place is secure as long as you have blood essence in there. So as right now, you'll see I'm hunting through the forest looking for anything, any signs of life. I suggest pushing these as fast as you can. You need to fight against the first boss. There's no doubt that you need to fight against the first boss as soon as possible. It will save you so much time. Right now, I used all my blood essence for borders, and now I'm forced to have to deal with this. You go to your castle heart, you put the blood essence in there, and it will do good. It will keep your base protected. They can't break your stuff. They can't open your doors. And you get bonuses on your buildings when you do it. So make sure to always fill out blood essence. Blood essence is not an issue. You don't have to worry about it. Generally, you will never run out of blood essence. This little thing doesn't go away until it has like maybe 1 to 2 days on its, you have to, I would say at least, blood essence stacks at 250, so I'd say about 500 blood essence, roughly. It keeps your, you can only see it inside of your base. If your base is not, if you are on a PvP server, I recommend placing palisades down. Any player can open your chests, your little stashes, but you can make little chests later on called lockbox, vampire lockboxes, and enemy players cannot loot items from them. So be careful, make sure you place entrances, and then that stuff. Right now, on a PvE server, PvE game, I don't need to do that. That is not a requirement. It is fine. I'm okay. I don't need to do any of that. Wood is very, very important for this stage of the game. Stone is very important as well. You go to refinement, you make a sawmill. These are very large. Don't worry about where you place it. Well, you do need to worry the place where you have to stand right here to actually use it. So make sure it's in a somewhat decent place, but you can always move it around later. Okay, you click on it, you press Q or E to move it around. Press spacebar if you don't want to build it. And any building you place, if you don't want to use it later, you cannot move palisades, you cannot move walls, but you can dismantle them. If you recently placed them, 100% refund. If not, it's a 75% refund by default. So no worries, dude. This sounds pretty nice. Generally, you don't need rats until later in the game when you unlock a coffin, which is used for servants. So at this point, rats are generally not good unless you are struggling to keep your blood type good. Blood type does not stack, so if I drained his blood, it would put me at 8% creature. But it would fill up my blood pool, which I might have to end up killing him anyways. Sawmills are good. You press F on them, and you see it's Castle Heart powered, which is good. And it powers workstations and everything. You put some wood in here, and it starts turning them into planks. To increase the speed and to reduce the cost, you open this, but you're saying, oh, frick, it's nighttime. I'm gonna die. Don't worry. Place this in your base. It costs some stone, mist brazier. And then, as long as you have bones in your inventory, you put the bones in there and toggle this, and it places a barrier, it places a mist over your base. I suggest putting it in the dead center of your base. This is a early game solution to roofing. I should have said this later. I'm sorry I didn't say it later or earlier in the video. It is very good. Place this brazier. Bones are easy to come by. Very, very good. Do not stress it. This will keep your base. It's a pretty big area, but it's not insanely large. You can still, inside your base, you can still be attacked by the sun. Unfortunately, as that is. That means you're going to have to mine these things. But it does mean, as you upgrade your axes and your bases, you will deal more damage. They have a base plus 25% physical damage to minerals and plus 25% physical damage to wood that give you better bonuses. As far as I've seen, the physical damage to vegetation does not matter. Does not matter. As far as I know, it does not. I've not met a bush that is physically stronger to such a degree like that before. Make sure to keep filling. I would suggest always putting your wood in here, but you do need wood by itself in order to make chests. Simple workbench, push as hard as you can to a simple workbench. Make your simple workbench. A confined castle room, this can be the whole entire place you've built later on. I will get more in depth on this in future videos, but for now, know that these are things you need to get. If you find a recipe for a forged floor, a book, or any floor at all, keep it, save it. Do not die with it, do not lose it. It is important. Any recipe you get is important. When you come in here, you can use the bone guard stuff, use some animal hide that you've picked up, and make this armor set very important. It will upgrade your gear level. Your gear level is the most important thing for defeating bosses, killing players, killing anything. Your gear level is most important. You can just right click it out the bottom and it will go up here. You left click it. You can put multiple in a queue. Very nice feature. Our gear level is not high enough because we need to craft this. It requires planks and stones to make the things. We just take some planks from over here, make ourselves bone axe, Get more lumber. It doesn't go automatically in your inventory. You have to go to the workbench and right-click it from right here. We'll break down more of these trees, and as you can see, we're doing more. You have more abilities you get on later on from upgrading from copper and iron. Weapons upgrade you to give you better techniques with your weapons, so try to figure out which ones you like. Upgrading your stuff is very important. Just sitting around and grinding for it is very nice, very rewarding, trust me. A lot of things you can't just, in this game, you can't just shove forward. I tell you, I try to do it a lot, and there are moments where you just have to stop and just go. You have to pre-plan. You have to get everything ready to a point to go forward. You can't just stop, you know. It does consume bones at night, always, whenever you have it, so you can toggle it off at nighttime to save stuff. Very important thing, blood altar. Make sure to get that, but make sure, most importantly, to upgrade your stuff going forward. The quest requires you to do that. Going forward, it is very, 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 very important. Make a bone mace first. You can, I'm telling you, you can, because your gear level is high enough, break things that you couldn't earlier with these items. But the issue with that is whenever you do that, it breaks, everything has a durability. So it will put you behind, which being put behind is not something we necessarily like. But I will do it for now. You can also use these as weapons along with using them for resources. Generally, they tell you who spawns there, you know. These guys spawn here. You see, now they're yellow, and I will do more damage to them now that I have better weapons, better armor. NPCs will attack each other. Generally, depending on their faction. Everything has a faction. They attack bears, wolves, stuff like that. Chests are very nice. They have good resources in them. As you can see, you hover over them. Rogue is the worst. It is, I know it looks good. In my opinion, it is the worst blood type there is. You can feed off of warrior, I think it goes warrior, brute, and I think for combat, warrior, brute, and that's it. Actually, scholar, warrior, and brute. I'll say those are top 3. Everything else is below it, and they're just so far behind. You know, it's not even a compare. As you'll see, I got 21 blood essence. We will, later on, it's not very much of an issue. You need to have enough blood essence. Make sure to always pick up tainted hearts, unsullied hearts. Pick them up always. Keep them. It doesn't matter. They are always important. You will need them later on. You need to make a blood altar. Blood altar is very important. You make the blood altar. Alpha Wolf. You click on this. This is very important. Make sure to always fill this up with blood essence. This will keep your castle powered. It will keep it fortified. If you're on a PvP server, this is a important must-have. Will not be without, or else you will lose. This is how long it will take until it will go down. If you're on a server that is dedicated and is always online, you have to have this higher than a day, or else your castle will get raided in the middle of the night. Make sure you build your base with palisades, entrances. You can keep your stashes, have them organized, have them labeled. Everything. Have that stuff labeled, have it organized. You can have regular stashes. Other players can open them up. They won't walk. I don't think they're allowed to walk into your base if you have entrances, but make sure to build up your base before you log off. Make sure Castle Heart lasts a day if you're on a dedicated server, a server that's always active. Yeah. For Blood Altar, you go over here, press F, and click Track Blood, and there will be a line that will show you how to get to that. I'm going to make another video. The next video after this will showcase how to defeat the first V-Blood. the Alpha Wolf, and I will make other videos like that going forward. But for now, this is how you start the game. This is what you need to have prepared in order to get through the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you guys love this game, if you love watching me play this game, you love the walkthrough tutorial, you think this helped you out, I'm glad you could listen. You could be listening at work, whatever you're doing. I try to tell you guys as much as I can with my knowledge going forward so that you guys can push through the content, have fun with the game, enjoy the game, know little tips and tricks to get you through it, not spoiling the game completely for you, but just showing you how to go forward, etc., being safe, not dying over and over consecutively again on PvP servers, having the walls built up, how important it is, and having your castle heart built up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a blessed night, blessed day, whatever time you're in. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.